Hello, everyone. Um, I had an exchange on Twitter today, Holy Saturday. Um, we call it Sept Nur in Lebanese, or Saturday of Illumination. So I had this exchange on Twitter with a young Lebanese professional who lives in Paris, and today happens to be his 30th birthday. So happy birthday, laddie. Um, at any rate, on this Saturday of Illumination, I had this less than fruitful and certainly not illuminating conversation with an otherwise very bright, luminous, I should say, young Lebanese professional, an educated young man, most probably representative of young Lebanese coming of age and getting socialized today on a raw red meat diet of mental pollutions, courtesy of the Hezbollah occupation, yielding an obscurantism of the most abject kind, representing Lebanon today, and unfortunately a rising Lebanese uh, young generation. And this conversation made me ache even more than I'm already aching for Lebanon and its future as frankly a garbage dump in both the literal and intellectual sense. Um, and during this exchange, this young man, again, who's otherwise, I think, brilliant. Um, he would tell me in the most mundane, matter of fact of ways. He would take the defense of an airhead, Lebanese soprano, Majida el-Roumi, very well known singer, angelic voice, doing sublime renditions of classic Lebanese literature in both dialectal Lebanese and in modern standard Arabic. So in this exchange with this young man, he tried to diminish this woman's um, anti-Semitic tropes, which she brandishes publicly. So he sort of diminished her rabid anti-Semitism as merely anti-Zionism, he said, and then later he sort of backpedals and dismisses her nauseating, frankly disgusting discourse. He would, dismiss it as mere opinion, he would say, suggesting that I ought to ignore her because she has her opinion and I have mine. Well, guess what, my young Lebanese friend? No, anti-Zionism is not an opinion, and anti-Zionism is indistinguishable from anti-Semitism, and it is not a it's not an opinion that one can espouse or divorce or justify or dispense with using reason and persuasion as you propose. Anti-Zionism is Jew hatred, pure and simple. It is prejudice against Jews simply because they are Jews, and it is not justifiable by reason or persuasion or any other means. Um, in a 204 lecture by Bernard Lewis, which he gave at my alma mater, Brandeis University, he noted matter of factly that it is possible for human beings to hate Jews, that is to say, to be Judeophobes, without necessarily being anti Semites. And he knows that it's human nature to hate other people. Humans hate other humans for a variety of reasons. This is him talking, and he notes in this lecture, and I'll quote here: "It's quite possible to hate Jews, even to persecute Jews, without being anti-Semitic. Hating people who are different." Persecuting people who are different, even on occasion massacring people who are different, is a normal aspect of the human condition. Anti-Semitism, however, is distinct in that it attributes to the victims, the people we are hating, it attributes to them to the Jews, a kind of quality, this is still the quote, a kind of quality of cosmic evil, the likes of which cannot be found anywhere else. And so, although anti-Semitism is a form of Jew hatred, and I explained this in previous installments on Semites and anti-Semites, if you want to go back to them in episodes 6 and 7, although anti-Semitism is a form of Jew hatred, anti-Semitism is different. And in that sense, Majida el-Roumi, whom my young Lebanese friend was trying to defend, is a rabid anti-Semite, not an anti-Zionist. And here's how and why. If you don't want to put yourself through the nauseating video that I'm posting, and I'm going to post her video with subtitles, here's why uh, I think she is a committed anti-Semite. And if you get a chance to watch the video, do so, because you have to listen to her voice and the emotion in her voice as she said, the the venom that is emanating from her voice as she speaks on this issue. She notes, this is a quote from her, what is ailing our world today, and I take full responsibility for what I'm about to tell you here. This is her. What is ailing our world today is intrinsically related to something, presumably a cosmic truth, is intrinsically related to something we read in my parents' home when we were little kids. So this starts at a very young age, you see. My dad, she says, may God rest his soul, brought home one day a book titled The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Now, this is her, the source of her cosmic truth. Um, he brought home one day a book titled Protocols of the Elders of Zion. He told us, Tolle, lege, here, take this and read it. And until the day you die, you are not to forget a single word you will read in this book. End quote. This is the father. She continues, and that is how I learned that world Zionism had a plan to fragment the whole of the Arab world. They, the elders of Zion, presumably, who are Jews, by the way, not Buddhist monks, they have a cosmic plan through which they intend to instate a single world government on a planetary scale through which they would enslave the rest of us. In their minds, that is to say, in the minds of the elders of Zion, who again are Jews, not Buddhist monks, in their minds, the whole of humanity, that is to say, all of us, this is still her, were created and placed on earth to live in bondage at their service. This idea is uppermost in my mind. Not a bullet gets fired anywhere in the world. Not a single explosion takes place. Whether it's here, there, in France, or elsewhere in the world, nothing happens that is not commanded and directed by them, meaning the elders of Zion, who again are Jews, not Buddhist monks. End quote. And so, my dear Lebanese friend, let me repeat what I wrote to you in our interchange today, and let it be my birthday present to you. Majida el-Roumi is a despicable anti-Semite, not merely an anti-Zionist, as you've tried to palliate her and her venomous discourse. She is also an illiterate dimwit with an opinion, and therefore she's an anthropomorphic incarnation of the Dunning-Kruger effect. She's a venomous idiot savant with a following, and this is what's so dangerous about her, is that she has a following. Um, Millions of fans who adulate her, who think the world of her, and who take her mental pollution as fact, history, and truth. And that's what makes people like her dangerous. Happy birthday.